Hi, I'm Chris Brown, and this is my partner Mark Hunter with Summit Risk Management. And in this small segment, we're going to talk about breach of contract issues, which is something that we deal with a lot with contractors.
So much going on with contractors. My goodness, I just reviewed a contract for a roofing subcontractor, about 100 employees, and 10 of the 12 contracts that I reviewed for him that he'd already signed, he was in breach in every single one of them.
Right.
Of those 10. And these mostly we're focusing in on the insurance segment of the contract, which is really the most important section of a contract.
It's all that legalese in the middle that people don't pay attention to.
It really is the most complicated part of a contract
Right.
as well, because so much insurance is so complicated. And so, for example, he was required to have certain versions of the additional insured endorsement. The earlier versions are broader than the later versions.
Sometimes they ask for ones you can't even really get.
That's right. It happens a lot, actually. And so he was in breach there. He was in breach on what's called contractual privity issues, which we'll talk more about in our trainings. He had obligations that he had to have certain type of insurance, couldn't have certain exclusions, and he did have some of those exclusions, so he was in breach there. And finally, he was obligated to enter into contracts with his subs, and of course he does hire subs, and he was not entering into those contracts with his subs. And I also had a GC recently who had entered into a prime contract agreement, and the prime contract required the GC to enter into contracts with their subs, which they were not doing. It required them to require their subs.
Let me guess, he trusted his subs.
Sure. But also, they also required that the subs had a $5 million limit, and they weren't requiring that. And so if there had been a large loss, they would be liable for the deficiency. So we're going to talk a lot about this at our upcoming event.
Yeah, common contract provisions and how people often
Are in breach.
breach.
Yeah. So we hope you can join us.